What's going on, YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome to episode 19 of season 4. So I've done quite a bit of things in between episodes. Actually, took some serious time as well, but I feel like I've improved the logistics of the city as well as our new oil industry. So let's start with the oil industry and kind of see what all has been done over here. I know it looks pretty nasty with all the pollution and everything, right? But let's start with the cargo train station over here. So I've converted this back into two-way cargo train, right, for import as well as export. And no other reason other than it's necessary. It's necessary because we too are exporting product, not just importing product, and this helps us actually export the product through rail as opposed to causing more trucks and traffic out into our streets and highways. So that is a two-way cargo train station. Now, again, it used to be a one-way, and the only reason I had it for one-way is to prevent traffic from spilling out into the city, but I did something else to kind of help that as well. Coming over here, I did keep the fire station as well as the solar updraft tower. We have our oil main building right over here now, and then followed by, let's start over here. So when you're getting out of the cargo train station, you're coming down this way, you have a asymmetrical road right over here that gives you an option, obviously, to go left, right, or straight. To the right of us, we have some oil storage tanks. So 4 facilities for just regular crude oil storage. Coming around this way, we have a bunch of workers' barracks, and that is to improve efficiency, which I will touch on here in just a little bit. But I think they look kind of nice there. Just a little bit of offices here and there. I was trying to plug in some dead space, if you will. Here we have a very large, actually the largest warehouse you can have, and this warehouse houses plastics. Man, look at all the amount of the dock doors that they have there. That's insane. Over here, an additional workers' barracks, and then over here, additional workers' barracks as well, again, to improve the logistics. Here we have 2 recycling centers that I've also included in this area to help with garbage collection through here as well as the rest of the city. Here we have, and I forgot the name of these, but oh, I should have written it down. But actually, let's take a look. So these are the oil surge pyrolysis plants. So we have 6 of them, and all they're doing is they're taking oil and producing petroleum. And then petroleum storage, we have a warehouse right here, and we also have 1, 2, 3 warehouses over here on this side. So this one, and this one. So these 3 pyrolysis plants as well as these ones right here. So that produces petroleum and it's stored. And then here we have the petrochemical plants, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and they produce plastics. And plastics, as I mentioned, are stored in this super duper large warehouse right over here. Additionally, we have a waste processing complex that I've implemented in this area as well. And yes, I know these office folks right here are not my fans right now for placing them right next to that plant. But I've placed that there, and I've placed just a couple of collector buildings around the city. So I believe we have one right over here. I did put one over here in the farming area as well to kind of help with garbage collection on this side of the city. And I couldn't find a suitable area for this side of town, but we do have a couple of recycling centers and a couple of incinerators on this side, which, yes, we will remove. I actually removed 3 incinerators and 2 recycling centers from here to kind of decrease the pollution a little bit and zero this area out of pollution. So that's what I did as far as the supply chain goes for oil. So we have a continuous flow here from when the oil is imported. It hits the trucks, comes down here. We store it in the oil tanks. Once these buildings have a need for oil, it is delivered, and then they process it into petroleum or plastics, and we have plenty of storage for all of that and improved waste management. So that's kind of what that looks like right now. It's a little bit larger of an operation than what I had originally wanted it to be over here. So I think down the road we'll shrink it down a little bit. I'm just really trying to reach level 5 in the oil industry, so we can get everything unlocked and upgraded, and then we are more than likely gonna do an additional redesign. But for the meantime, I wanted to have it look nice and efficient. So additionally, what I did, I mentioned I improved some logistics for the rest of the city, is I added a metro. So 1 metro station coming right over here, and it looks like it's pretty darn popular as well. And this is kind of like a little hub. This area right here, we have the trams coming from this side of the city, and then I believe we have some buses coming along this way as well. Yeah, so we have the buses coming over here. So this is kind of like a little hub. So we have metro, bus, and trams. So this this metro station leads us through this way and parks itself right over here. So we have a cross river access to this side of the city via metro. And then we have an additional metro station right over here that kind of connects this part to that part and onward down that way. We don't yet have a connection between this part of the city and this part of the city, but that is yet to come. So it's the additional improvement I've made. Then also I have added a cargo train station over here, and this one likes to get busy every once in a while, kind of like right now. But the idea for this one, and this is incoming and outgoing, so I didn't convert any of these to one-way tracks. The idea behind this, and I kind of did a little bit of a study as well, is for this cargo train station to serve this part of the city right over here. So import, export, whatever it may be, should be coming through this cargo station right here. This side, unfortunately, it is larger, but does not have a cargo train station for itself, which may come down the road when we unlock these 2 additional tiles, so we can run a cargo train from this side somehow down this way. Or actually, we have a train connection coming right through here, so we don't need that additional access. But somewhere over here would be a good fit. Perhaps when we get rid of all of this, we can implement that in its place. So that's something to come. And then I think lastly, I have zoned additional green buildings right over here. So self-sufficient buildings, some additional commercial, just kind of filled in the area. And then I did zone the rest of the lower density residential over here on this side as well. So that gets you guys caught up. We are sitting at 3.7 million in the bank, 34,000 coming in per week, which is up from last time when you guys were watching the episode. Population also up from last time. We have 44,600 in population because we zoned all of this right over here and this right here. Pretty decent demand for residential, commercial, and a tiny bit of demand for industrial. So the reason I zoned all of this, just so you guys know too, is the oil industry demanded more workers to expand, right? So we have 725 of the 550 that we needed, and we're actually about to reach level 4, which is when we unlock a couple of new buildings. But let me tell you really quickly about the production and the logistics kind of that I have in the back of my mind before I forget, because I did say in the beginning that I would tell you guys about it. So the reason I have so many workers barracks here is every time you place one of them, and I will demonstrate, don't worry. So actually, let's go back over here. We are at 84% in efficiency, and that you can tell by, come on, there we go. This one right here. The efficiency bonus takes extractors and processing buildings in the area process resource faster, makes them process resource faster. So 84%. We will add a quick barracks building right over here inside of the painted district. Let's go back. This should now read as soon as it registers. There we go. 89%. Right, so efficiency 89% better efficiency than what we would have without all of this. That's kind of the idea why I have so many of them. I want them to be as efficient as possible to try and get to that level 5, and then we'll kind of re-zone this area and kind of make it maybe a little bit more compact, not quite as busy. Definitely not so many workers barracks and whatnot. Going from this big old thing to a much smaller operation, but yet still producing the necessary items that we need. Let's see. There was one other thing. Well, I guess not really. Oh, yes, there is. See, I forgot it. Regarding education, so when we come over here to our university, let's go ahead and select that. I did increase the capacity on this a little bit as well, so we can currently now have 6,050 students. We are still, I believe, lacking a little bit of the whole city. Well, no, we now have more capacity than we have eligible students, which is definitely good to have, so everybody can get that spectacular education that they wanted. But really all I did over here is I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dormitories to increase the student capacity. So these 5 right here, and then I added this one right here as well. And I took where is that little thing, the maintenance building, I believe, groundskeeping. I took that from here and I moved it right over here next to the police academy. So the idea behind this is once we do get that higher level, which I think we are now on track to do so, as soon as this academic year pulls through, we should be reaching that 3rd reputation level when we unlock more stuff. But once we get to level 5, I believe we get School of Tourism and Travel as well as the School of Engineering. So what I'll do is I'll replace this stuff right here with one of those schools. One of these holds 300 students. A building like this, for example, can hold 1,000. So we're going to take up almost all of this room and add that larger building and replace some of these right here. So say about 3.3 of these buildings are equivalent to one of these larger ones. So that's the idea behind that. But for today's episode, what I'd like to do is reach level 4 here, maybe 4.5, 5, who knows? Get some additional residential and commercial implemented right over here. Fix any kind of bugs that we might have on this side, kind of like this fella right here complaining that it's a little bit too noisy because he is next to a metro station. So we'll nicely, politely ask him to leave. Thank you. And so we'll replace that building with a commercial building, which should get rid of that complaint, if you will. But let's come over here. Nothing too fancy. Let's zone just a area just like this for some commercial over here. We're gonna come and extend this district right across the street right here, because I would like for this to be the green green commercial as well. There we go. It's a little bit better, and just a tad, and there we go. And we'll clean it up off the street. There we go, just like so. And let's go ahead and plop our commercial buildings right in here, and this should help bridge the power as well. And there we go. And then over here, I'd like to do a mix of both. So we're gonna take this district from this side, and we're gonna pull it into this side right here, and we can start, I believe, on this side. So we're gonna do both low density and high density residential. Kind of have an idea to put some high density in the center and to go with low density on the outskirts. So I'd like to see what that's gonna end up looking like. There we go. Oh, oil industry up. We'll check on that here in just a moment. Nope, don't want to do a new district. Oh, come on. I love it when the save hits me right in the middle of doing something. So we'll come through here, fill all of this in. And now what I'd like to do is we can start in the center, right? And we can do just something like this, and that's going to be all of the high density that we're going to have right there, right? On the outskirts, what we're going to do, let's actually bring some grass over here. We'll have a branch kind of go out this way. Something like so. There we go. And then a branch out this way. We can do the same thing over here on this side. Kind of like so. Maybe a couple of straight roads as well. How about that one right there? And something like that. And I think we won a game. Man, this team is doing just so awesome. Maybe not. We are 3-3 for this year. So yes, that's going to be our high density residential, which is already coming in. Let me place a playground right over here. We're going to come in and put a plaza right over here. As far as police and fire and the essential coverages go, we have none. So let's place where's a road? Right over here. Place a firehouse right there. Right next to it, we will put in a police station. So that should cover this whole area right here. Yep. Oh, and then medical. We haven't really touched on medical anywhere over here on this side. So where can we squeeze one in? How about one right in there? And then over here, before we forget, we can put one just right in there. And then because all of that is right there, we can make all of this commercial over here as well. And this one's probably going to be the annoying one that complains the most. So just like so, and then let's come in and we'll zone most of this now as a low density. So right about there, get rid of that, and then we can come in and do just that right there, right? And I know it's already been like 20 minutes into the episode. But if you're noticing a difference in my voice, it's these severe allergies have hit me pretty hard yesterday and today. But today I said screw it and just decided to record an episode. But yesterday it was really, really bad, really bad. But that's that. So let's put the game on 3 speed. We'll get some more of these folks to move in here. Bless us with their presence, and then we'll see what this looks like right here. I think it's going to look kind of cool. Some higher density buildings in the center, some lower density coming on around, and I'm even thinking that maybe zoning low density residential on the outskirts here, maybe skipping a few blocks here and there, would be kind of cool and unique as well. Put that in there too. But level 4 in the oil area. Oh, by the way, we are gonna actually I'll leave that for later. I'm not even gonna tell you what I was gonna say. Let's come in over here and see what we unlocked. So we got I believe we got the oil industry storage. That one's a new one. We got these bigger crude oil tanks. They store 600,000 compared to these that store 300,000 compared to these that store 500,000. 20,000 for those, 30,000 for those, and 7,500 for those. But looking at them, 32%, 37%, 98, and 61. I think we're doing just a-okay with the ones that we currently have. I think we should be just good to go. Seeing as how we have a hard time filling these in as it sits, I think we should be good. Down the road, though, once we decrease the area, we should look into some of these larger ones so we don't have to place as many. So meaning place 2, get rid of some of the footprint that we have for storage. That was one of them. Waste oil refining plant. This is a new one as well. So this actually, I'm gonna pause the game. This waste oil refining plant replaces the oil sludge pyrolysis plant, right? So if we take a look at the difference between these, so we have this one right here. Upkeep 240, pollution 50, noise pollution 50, production rate 40 barrels per week. And then we go into this one, and we have upkeep 400, pollution 80, noise pollution 50, production rate 80 barrels per week. So doubling the production for a little bit more upkeep, a little bit more upfront investment, and a little bit of additional pollution. So what we're going to do is we'll get rid of all of these. We have the money. We're not worried about them. And we are going to replace them with these. They're the same exact size and they produce more. You know what? I forgot to mention something to you guys. Let me get these 3 in here. and I'll resume the simulation. So what I did, if you notice the difference between the ground over here, how nasty purple-ish, pinkish that looks compared to this fine brown color right over here, is to minimize the effect of pollution. What I did is I went into the zoo area and I grabbed some of these and I placed them all around just like so. And to me, this looks a lot better than its neighbor, this, right? It kind of gives you that less of a polluted area look, if you will. So depending on what we put right here, we may fill everything in with this, kind of like what we did everywhere else in the area. So that was kind of cool. Proud of myself for doing that. Again, it looks like less pollution from anywhere you look. But yeah, so we have upgraded those now. We should be producing a ton more petroleum, which means that we'll export more petroleum, which also means that we'll import more petroleum. So the area is going to get a little bit busier. Petrochemical plant, that was already there. That's the plant that's producing plastic for us. The next one that we need to unlock to replace these ones is the naphtha cracker plant, and that's going to produce double the amount of plastics than we are currently producing right here. So I'm thinking down the road, once we actually we could have done it this time around as well, as just kind of nixed off 3 of these, or 3 of these, 3 of whatever, on whichever side, to create less traffic here, because we'll be producing the same amount. But naphtha cracker plants, I think we'll get rid of 3. No, we'll get rid of 4, and we'll put in 1 naphtha cracker plant somewhere over here in the area. But you know what? It is getting a ton busier right now over here. I do notice it. I see it right now. I'm gonna take 2 away. I'm gonna take this one out, and I'm gonna take this one out. So I know, I understand we're gonna produce less, but we're gonna have less pollution and less traffic over here as well, which will also let us catch up to the storage here, because we drained just a little bit. But we're good. Most of our warehouses are pretty much full too. So we have plastics at 74, petroleum 92. These are set to balanced. Petroleum here 52, 51, 54. I think that's that, and I believe these ones over here are primarily exporting the petroleum. So yeah, I'm quite proud of the area. We're doing good money wise as well. So the budget at one point was as high as 74,000 per week. Believe it or not, I've seen it. You're just gonna have to trust me. But it hasn't dipped down into the red at all. And I know before it did, and as you can see, it was climbing there a little bit just now. But overall, I think we're doing pretty good regarding ore industry. We are gonna start that as well. I'm waiting. The reason I'm waiting to put in the ore industry is because I want to finalize the oil industry. I want to finalize the layout, the storage buildings, what all we're gonna have, the production, all of it, prior to us moving into ore. I was gonna do them both at the same time and then just redesign everything at the same time, but new milestone. I've decided to wait. I'm hoping that possibly by the end of the next episode, we're gonna have all the resources we need to get to that level 5, and let's kind of pick and choose what we want to have here, and go from there. And I see we're a little bit shy on workers here. 740 out of 800. We do have 15 available in spots. But what I feel like increases worker count is adding additional workplaces. And I know I just did this, but I'm gonna put these back in here. 2 reasons that came to mind: 1, get some more workers in here, and 2, help us get to that level 5 quicker by producing more oil, in a sense. It looks like we're nearly halfway there through the level 5. Halfway there through level 4 into level 5, I should say. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with it. This area over here is coming along nicely so far. Check it out. Check it out. I like it. A little bit of trees and whatnot. Maybe a couple more parks. A school or 2. And this area is good for you. So, as always, guys, be the best that you can be in everything that you do. And I will see you guys on the next one.